Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Podguyz Podcast. Live, like every Monday night, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. We are joined today by one of my, let's start out with the house guests. The house guest, of course, I am Tony Kaz, followed by
Kevin Neary here.
And, of course, the ever-loving Picasso, Sparkolicious. Now, you may notice right below me, I'm gonna watch my words here. I know, I keep on saying blowing, and it's not blowing, it's belowing. Below. We have my very good friend. He is the head of the snake of the CNA geeks, my friend. You are the head of the nerdy geekdom. You are the head of the CNA geek squad, Glen Malone. Thank you very much for coming on today, brother.
I appreciate it, Tom. Yeah, no problem, man. So completing our authority, yeah. Been around since about 2015. So
Shameless plug it, brother. Shameless plug. Do it. Go for it.
Yeah, we actually been holding it strong for 2015. So I appreciate all the people that's actually been helping out the organization for a very long time. If you don't, I would like to, Justin, Ken, EJ, Mike, John, Marvin,
Mike,
Chris, it's everybody, man. There's a whole bunch of people who's actually really been holding it down for us. So, Jasmine, Beth, Jennifer, Jonathan, Pickles,
Pickles. I never met Pickles yet.
Huh?
I never met Pickles. No, I never met Pickles.
Yeah, Panda loves Pickles. Yeah, she is on. So we actually do 7 shows on our CNA live show page from 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, 7 days a week, and then we have 2 shows. One that Tony's on is called Let's Play CNA late night show, where we actually talk about video games, watch trailers, talk about different extra articles, stuff like that come out. And then we have an anime time show that we do on Wednesdays, and both of these are at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Pickles is on the anime time show, as well as Jonathan. And then we have a newcomer, D's on there. Then we also have special guests that come through.
Right.
And then I already said Pickles is on there. Panda loves Pickles. And then we actually have a guy named Foxtail, and we play a funny drinking game. The dream game is every time Foxtail drop out, you got to take a shot.
That's perfect.
Yeah. So we try to make it as fun as possible. Last week we had HAG come through, which is hip hop, anime, and gaming. It was actually really cool. They actually do a lot of entertainment stuff in the Houston, Texas area, and they did some things in Atlanta, Georgia. So yeah,
that's cool. I know. I know you're from the Atlanta, Georgia area, right?
No. That's EJ. EJ's in Columbus, Georgia. My head of productions, he's in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. And
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
A lot of the live show hosts for organization. Marvin's in Columbus. John is in, John does Saturday. Marvin does tomorrow, which is Tuesday. Mike did today. John is on Saturday. He's in Dothan, Alabama. And then Thursday, Chris is here in Birmingham. Friday, I do Friday night show, and I do Wednesday night show. And then, which we're looking for a host, though. So definitely, if you actually wanted to join the team, the late night show team, we actually do it. And really cool about that. And then And then Chris and Justin and Ken are here in Birmingham as well. Actually, they live in a little bit further on us, like in the Pelham area, and they do Sunday for us. So yeah,
that's cool.
Show, and then which we're looking for a host though. So definitely, if you actually wanted to join the team, the late night show team, we actually do it, and really cool about that. And then and then Chris and Justin and Ken are here in Birmingham as well.
Oh wait,
actually got that repeat. So hey,
oh my god, it was some echo, man. It was crazy.
Got that double exposure. I didn't want to talk over myself, bro. I was like,
I didn't mean to click on myself.
Oh my god.
Whatever, faux pas.
Like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm like, wait, Glen's going into it, man. I don't want to stop him.
Right, and I didn't want to stop myself either. So I was like, hold on, because I know you actually put this on you have this podcast thing, so I didn't want to overtalk myself. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry.
No, I love it, man. I've been trying to get you on this show for for a couple weeks now.
Yeah. And
I was talking to Chris. I talked to EJ. I talked to a couple of different people, and I was like, man, wait, Justin's on there. Yeah, Justin was on there. And then Ken was supposed to join him, but then he ended up going on vacation, and then he got COVID, right?
No. So Ken has never had COVID. He was just around. A couple of us has been around people that have been around situations. There's a possibility we could have got it, but none of us has ever gotten it.
Oh, that's good. Well, except for Chris, right?
Except for Chris is the only one, unfortunately. He's the only one, and God is on his side. I don't know if you guys talk about God, whatever, but definitely actually helped him out tremendously with not, putting him in any kind of bad situation. So that was actually pretty good. So yeah.
Well, cool, man. Kevin, I know we wanted to talk about a little rant, and maybe you could lead us off on your rant. And then it kind of goes into.
Oh, you guys got a rant time.
We have a little rant time.
Every now and then, I haven't had such a good time in football this week, man. It's been pretty rough and wild.
Let's not talk about that. I'm a little pissed about that. I'm a little upset. Go ahead.
Yeah, I bet on the Raiders. The Raiders were getting 3 points. Screwed on that game.
Yep.
What are you doing, Raiders? I bet that the Cardinals, specific bets, I bet that the Cardinals and the Carolina Panthers would both get 2 touchdowns and a field goal each. Not an extra point, but a field goal each. And I was 1 field goal away on that one.
Boo.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I'm the crazy person sitting around the TV saying, kick the field goal, when it means nothing. When it means nothing for them to do that. So.
Just to run up the score, yeah.
Yeah, so recap on football, my Dolphins still are very terrible. The Eagles looked great against the Niners backups, unlike the Giants. Patriots are playing right now, or also known as the COVID Patriots, and
Yeah.
So that game is over. That game is
that game over?
Yeah, because Patriots lost. Yeah, because on I have what you call it? I'm a part of NFL. I'm talking about
fantasy,
yeah. So I lost because of some different adjustments that's been going on. So I was pretty pissed off about those adjustments. So I shouldn't have lost, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
2-2.
That's just the thing. Tom Brady took the referees down to Tampa with him, so no offense, Tony. I know you're a big Tom Brady fan.
I am a Tom Brady fan.
Listen, I am a Tom Brady fan when he played for the Patriots. I'm not a Tom Brady. I was born in New England, so I was born in Boston. So I'm a huge Patriots, Celtics, and Red Sox fan. And so
that'd be great if you're Glenn. That'd be great if you're a terrible bullshitter. Like, we're at New England. Oh, the whole area.
So So once Tom Brady left, he can do big balls by himself. I'm like, okay, bro.
Nah, man, he got boned. He got boned straight out of it. To be honest, he wanted some players. He wanted to make some moves, and then of course, Belichick just wanted to say, "Dude, you don't got the biggest balls on this place. It's all me," and just sent him on his merry way.
Well, it was more. Tom Brady said, "Hey, can I have a big-time wide receiver?" And Belichick said, "We got you that Randy Moss guy the one year, remember?" He's like, "That was 10 years ago."
Yeah. And you bullcrap that one. And he also got you Corey. You also got Corey Dillon too.
Yeah.
You bullshit that one over as well.
Yeah, he did.
So we've got a lot of high quality players in New England, but didn't do shit with them. Because that was a year when we had Moss, we had Corey Dillon too. So you had a killer running back behind you. And you had a killer wide receiver that you barely threw the ball to.
Chad Ochocinco.
Right. I'm like, bro, come on, man. You got to give me a break, man.
At least Antonio Brown's mental illness came full circle in New England.
That's true.
If you're gonna complete your cycle of craziness, you might as well do it on Belichick's watch.
Oh, yeah.
And two, you got Antonio Brown, so if he really felt that he wanted a wide receiver, he should have sat down with Antonio Brown like, hey, bro, we want to win the Super Bowl together. Let's go. Let's do what we need to do so that we get this nice ring on our finger, right? And so, I doubt that conversation happened.
Yeah, I'm convinced that Antonio Brown either has brain damage from football or brain damage from syphilis. One or the other. So something up there is not working right.
I mean, he's probably been like that since day one. So,
I don't know. I've never heard a word out of him from Pittsburgh. They keep their players pretty quiet, though, so by never paying them.
Yeah, it's all about the culture.
Although Ben Roethlisberger raping in the bathroom was quite a big thing.
Yeah. Well, he loves. They've had some interviews that they didn't release with Ben Roethlisberger, like when they asked him, like, well, what do you love about your wife? And he said her continued resistance against sex. And they're like, all right, cut, this interview's over. All the Steelers Mafia came in there. They're like, get out of here, press. Ben, maybe we coach you on these interviews. We know that was the truth. Okay, we like your honesty, but no more interviews. Here's some stripper money. Have some fun down in Georgia. Anything crazy happens.
It's like when an unknown running mate or running president says that he doesn't smell children. I don't do that.
Like Joe, where did that kid come from? Oh, he followed me home. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Kids don't do that, Joe. Well, this one did. He really likes me. Please, I want to see my parents.
I picked up bubble shooters, a seahorse, and children from Toys R Us.
From Scranton. No, I didn't. Joe, the kid just said no, he didn't. He doesn't know you. We gotta find his rightful owner. Like he's a dog.
That's so funny.
He gets slapped every once in a while. Joe, put him back. Stop it, Joe.
That's a bad former vice president. I kind of was watching the replay of the first debate because we were doing the live podcast on that one, Tony.
Oh,
I don't know if you were able to catch it there, Glenn. It got a little choppy. We were watching it, and then the one part that kind of got to me is where Donald Trump was kind of being drilled a little bit, right? And his rebuttal was the same of what a fourth grader would say. They said, hey, could you just say that you don't like white supremacists? He's like, sure I could. They're like, well, go ahead. He's like, go ahead what? Say that you don't like white supremacists. He's like, I could. They're like, well, go ahead. He's like, go ahead what? Which one of them? It's like, dude, what? Just say you don't like the Klan. Which Klan? Are they all bad? Yes. Yes, they're all bad. Okay, well then say that you denounce them then. Which one? Holy fuck. Seriously, this guy. Really? Really? Just say it. Just say it. Good. I know you can. Then do it. When? Now. Do it now. Oh, Lord. This is not a who's on first base kind of joke, sir.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous. And then Joe Biden didn't have a punch. Joe Biden didn't have a knockout. Didn't have a knockout rebuttal because he's not running on an issue. he's not running on anything. He's running on I'm not him.
I love how each one of them fought each other, and then they called each other stupid.
Yeah. Don't you stupid me. You are a very stupid man.
No, but you're dumb. No, but you're dumb.
You're a dumber guy. Oh, shut up. Well, come on, man. Don't you shut up. You're dumber. It's like, God, man, this can't be really happening.
You know how I felt? I felt like I was in the movie Dumb and Dumber, where they're sitting in the dog. They're sitting in the dog with the dude in the middle, and then they're like, hey, who can make the most annoying sound in the world? Sparky, what happened? There they are, babbling back and forth.
You're it.
Anyways. To end off politics, we got a great show for you playing today. We brought Glen on today because he is a nerdy master, and there was a great video that actually popped out today for Marvel 616, and it's a great trailer. If you guys want to watch it, it's on YouTube. I posted it on my personal page, but I'm going to post it to the Facebook page as well. And it's a great trailer that just shows what's going on with Disney Plus. Because in the wake of all of this freaking madness that's been going on with COVID and pushing back exponentially till next year as far as Marvel productions. The movie productions at least for 2020. So where does that leave Marvel this year for actually adding new material? And Marvel 616 was actually brought ahead to kind of explain what happens behind the scenes. And in that particular trailer, I thought it was pretty good as far as like showing what kind of nerdy fandom there is, especially with cosplay and TV and movies and videos and like they were showing how they have musical high school plays now that are Marvel based, which I thought was kind of cool. I think bringing it to high school is a great idea. What do you happen to think?
It's a much better plot than anything that would normally be done, like a Romeo and Juliet situation, where it's just like, okay, kids, we're gonna redo the scene of murder-suicide now. Like, whoa, what? Hold on now, guys. This is a little mature for kids, isn't it? Can we just pretend the one's Iron Man, or So it's probably a much more child-friendly theme, my opinion.
Yeah.
Than what everybody's been used to with that.
Glenn, what do you happen to think?
Yeah.
When I got a chance to watch the trailer, I thought, like you said before, it was really good for the content and the content for giving us behind the scenes. To me, it was based on comics, diversity, other fandoms like cosplay, like you talked about, and this play, and also giving some behind the scenes of some artists and didn't know that they're actually able to make money. Now the thing is though, I believe this is just a copycat. Let me explain why. The copycat in this is that if you are a DC fan, Jim Lee just did an event called DC Fandom.
Boom.
In DC Fandom, they demonstrated all the very same thing on the DC side, right? So I think Marvel saw how well it did, right, with DC Fandom, and DC Fandom was free. It was free to everybody, right? You saw different panels, you saw different, TV shows,
movie trailers, and
movie trailers, everything, right? You got a chance to see it all, right? They gave you 2 days. They didn't give you one, they gave you 2, right? So the first day was Hall of Fame, and the second day was all about fan. You had the virtual fandom, it was called the what was it called? Fanverse. It was called the Watchverse and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So you got a chance to actually do all that stuff on the second day. So you got a chance to be engulfed with DC stuff twice. So I think
not to mention that they had panels and they had like stars that were actually there to answer questions from the fans and stuff like that.
Did it have the same kind of celebrity influence, or it's just I didn't see it, so I was just wondering. I actually saw some celebrities in the Disney one.
Yeah, so it has celebrity stuff like that too. If you go check out Complete Authority's YouTube channel, I put all those actually panels in there, right? Mm-hmm. The TVs, the movies, also some little funny little things, stuff like that. So I put all those content right there on our YouTube channel because I knew you could go back and see it again. And there's people out there that still want to see it, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, you get a chance to do that. You also got a chance to meet some of the actors that were in the movies. Like my thing was the Shazam panel was probably the funniest one with Zachary Levis, and they were actually talking about the title, holding the title back, and somebody coming in drawing the title. It was pretty funny, right? You got a chance to see other actors stuff. So I think that Marvel understood how well that did, and then they're like, hey, we can give these people content without giving them content. Let's just throw them actually this and involve the community and how amazing it is. So I think that's
it's super smart, super duper smart.
Well, it turns into an interactive book club real quick.
Well, not necessarily an interactive book club, but it's an interactive con, and that's the thing. Like DC really wanted to sell the con series as far as like when you go to a Comic-Con, you don't go to Comic-Con, necessarily to buy stuff, but like that's where they have exclusives. That's where you get to meet artists. That's where you get to meet TV and TV and movie stars.
Yeah, you get your autographs, you get your thrills, you get your kicks.
That's what it is.
So the whole concept of a convention is absolutely get a chance to see the stars, but also get a chance to interact with them. So a lot of people stay for the panels, right? A lot of people stay because you get a chance to. I've moderated a couple of different panels from what's the name? It's on Surf Ninjas. It's on the name just I'll look it up in 1 second, but. You got a chance to do him, got a chance to do voice actors, and you can just get a chance where the fans get a chance to ask him questions or ask her questions. And I think a lot of conventions do a good job at keeping people there because the whole concept of keeping you there, buying things, and then also keeping you there entertained, right? So yeah, it's all kind of things. I'm telling you, it's amazing. If you get a chance to go to one, and you could go to the panels, and then you also have the fan panels, like us, we do fan panels, and if you can entertain the people loves it, right? Absolutely loves it. So yeah, sorry, I don't mean to take up.
No, go, keep going, man, keep going.
But so that's one of the things that.
So you're thinking that Marvel just did the copycat thing up at DC,
absolutely.
And I'm sure they did.
Ernie Reyes.
I'm sure they also said, I bet you nobody notices.
No. I'm gonna notice. I'm gonna put him on blast, right? But Ernie Reyes, who also played in Surf Ninjas, he was also Kato in Ninja Turtles 2. I don't know if you guys. I
remember. Yeah.
So Ernie Reyes, I got a chance to moderate his panel, which was absolutely amazing, right? But yeah, I think Marvel's copying them, like from top to bottom. So either they're going to do this two ways, right? They're either going to give it to you episode by episode.
Ninja Turtles fan there, Glenn?
I'm a huge Ninja Turtle fan. I've watched, I hated the ones that came out. I'm back in Jim Henson type style Ninja Turtles. So you give me Turtles.
Yeah, the animatronics were the Ninja Turtles type. The first movie was really where it was at. The second one, touch and go. Still much better than this new CGI crap that came out.
Right.
Holy Lord.
Michael Bay, brother.
In the second one, Return of Ooze, you got a more stylish type ninja, right? You got to look at it like they were a little more. Became a little more. Free to make different moves, to actually move around a little bit. The first one, because if you actually talk to Ernie Reyes, because he was in Raphael's suit, actually, in the very first one. That's how he got the spot in the second one. But in the very first one, they were heavier, they were hotter. Like, it wasn't as elusive as you got when you went to the second
movable
one.
parts. The movable parts in the joints were hard.
Movable, and so they got a chance to do some more things. I enjoy, if you look at the first one, the style, the fighting combats wasn't as good to me as it was in the second one. Because, I mean, come on. You come in when they're fighting at the mall, right? You come in to a fight scene. The first one, you didn't come into a fight scene. Like, you come in, boom. You can tell I watched it like 100 times.
Well, yeah, because the first one was an introductory level on the storyboard. To get even if you weren't a fan or have never heard of the Ninja Turtles and you watched the first one, it was such a nice introductory to it. By the time you're halfway through the movie, you're already well educated that these are Ninja Turtles. They got a little rat master. you already got every backstory. The character layout is just fine. The sequel does just the opposite. They're getting back the first people that came by for the first movie and want to give it a second try. So of course they would be different in style. I mean, all around. But I did like the first one because the second one, I don't know. I watched the second one because I was a kid still, and watched the second one. I was just like, maybe it's because I grew an age or two into that one. The third one, unnecessary. Tony, what do I always say when a movie is running out of steam and juice? They involve time travel.
That's true.
Goddamn time they involve time
Secrets
travel.
of the Ooze and time travel.
Man, they had the time travel there real hard, and I'm just like, pothole. You are only allowed to do that if you're in the Terminator movies, but that's all right. I digress.
And yeah, Terminator movies do all the time travel. No, that's all they do is
they do.
Back to the Future too, but even then,
Yeah, let's speak about the Terminator is free to watch on YouTube for anybody that's never seen the movie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think even on the IMDb library, you can now see all the Turtles movies for free too.
I got greedy on YouTube. I put down Terminator 2 in the search bar, and it's like, buy or rent. I'm like, oh, come on now. You give me the one without the other. Come on.
That was the better one out of the...
Son of a bitch!
That's the better one out of them, so they're going to make you pay for that. Nope.
I couldn't agree with you more there, Glenn. And it's very rare for a sequel to be better than the original. Very rare, so I couldn't agree with you more.
There's a couple movies that the sequel was better than the first one. Let me see.
Do you remember Roadhouse 2?
Because that made a lot more money than the first one. We talked about this in the past when we did highest grossing movies.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Now look. Porky's Revenge 2 was better than Porky's Revenge. Okay.
Ooh.
We're counting that.
Are you serious? Porky's Revenge 2 was so much better than Porky's Revenge. You don't remember?
That's like saying Gremlins 2 is better than Gremlins.
Gremlins 2, there you go. Gremlins 2 was better than the original Gremlins. That was 2. Because the bathroom scene where she's dancing and stuff, yeah. When you get the man in there, yeah, that one was... Gremlins 2 was totally better than the original Gremlins. I have to admit on that one.
If Porky's 2 wasn't in a movie theater near you, you could deem it a very passable softcore porn movie to a degree.
Oh yeah, yeah, yes. You could.
That time in the hall, yeah, in the bathroom.
That's my favorite part. If you guys haven't watched Porky's, check out Porky's. It's a great movie, great series. 2 is better than 1.
It's just like Animal House. So if anybody's never seen Animal House,
don't you dare tell me Animal House. It's like Animal House.
No, the concept. Listen, the concept of Animal House, right? And by the way, Nerd Revenge was better than the first Nerds. By the way, just want to put that out there, right?
Okay, because there was. Yeah. Okay, I'll agree with you there. Because there was no date rape scene. Like, holy Lord.
I mean, come on now. You know, back then there was no such thing as date rape, right? But
it was all never reported. It was laughed at by the cops. Like, except that you had a bad night.
Well, because you got to look at it. You had all the drugs and all everything in front of them. They were having a good time. Even in Animal House, I mean, he was smoking crack. I mean, he put it to and just kept going, man. It was just like crazy.
He was doing rails.
So, I mean, Mr. Blues Brother, right? He just went through it and kept going, right? By the way, Blues Brothers 2 was better than the first one. That was another one, too.
Oh, no. Really?
Yeah, Blues Brothers 2 was a whole lot better than the original.
What did they do better in Blues Brothers 2 than they did in Blues Brothers 1? Not have John Belushi? Because if that's what you're going to say, holy crap.
Yeah, what's his name?
It was Dan Aykroyd and...
What's his name that played Roseanne? I mean,
John Goodman?
John Goodman.
AKA, we need somebody to fill this role.
He did a pretty good job at it.
Godzilla. But we don't really need him in the monkey costume.
Okay, and I'll give you one more, right? Ghostbusters 2 was better than the first one.
Seriously. I'm going to
absolutely. Ghostbusters 2 was a whole lot better than New York City. Get a chance to
Ghostbusters.
Get a chance to have the ooze and having
the tormentor.
Great, right? Having the painting, to get a chance to see the more of the supernatural.
You'd rather the Ghostbusters get attacked by
Igor, right? Even though having the huge Igor, exactly.
Igor the Tormentor.
State Park Marshmallow Man at the end of Ghostbusters 1 was amazing. I just think the interaction, the fun, was a little more in tune in the second one than it was me. But that's just me. I don't know.
Okay.
Zool was a great character, though. Zool was a cool character.
Well, what?
I said the Karate Kid 2 is better than the Karate Kid 1.
I can agree on that one.
I agree with that one. Yeah.
And then I have another one, right?
Most garbage movie I've ever seen in my life. They fought the monster with love. Give me a break, man. That should have been rated -G for any kid can come in here.
No, that was on 3. That was in 3.
Doesn't even matter.
Ghostbusters 3.
Ghostbusters 2, they had to fight it out with love. Remember, everybody had to love each other in New York just to get the damn ghost out of there. Ghostbusters 3 was the women one. I don't even count that as a movie. I count that as a money grab. Like, that could have been directly TV for all I care. Ghostbusters 3 has more in common than Ghostbusters 3 has more in common with Ghostbusters 2 than Ghostbusters 1 will ever have in common with either one of them.
Technically, it's not even Ghostbusters because it's not.
No. See, so they needed a little bit of a script grab right there. So, of course, they had Dana Barros' character have a baby, and they named it after a vertical integration marketing technique of Oscar a.k.a. Oscar the Grouch. So they, vertically integrated that word right in there so that way they can grab the kids that were around about the same age from the 80s into that idea. To have a painting come to life, whoopity-doo, man. You guys obviously sat down with your crayon boxes one day and said, paintings come to life, right? Why don't we do that? See, with the first one, it took very little time to even tell a joke, okay? Very little time. Especially in the elevator where they turn down the suits that they don't really know if they're going to explode or not, and they just give each other that sarcastic look. Absolutely no jokes in Ghostbusters 2. I couldn't pick one out. You would need a laugh track to remind me to laugh at any resemblance of a joke in Ghostbusters 2. It's such a garbage flick. That's like saying Back to the Future 4 is the best Back to the Future.
I would never compare Back to the Future to Ghostbusters.
Okay. That's like me saying Rocky 5 is the best Rocky. It's better than Rocky 3. It's not. It's a difference of opinion, but I wouldn't suggest that ever. Just throwing it out. Ghostbusters 2 was had more in common with the cartoon Ghostbusters. Remember the cartoon Ghostbusters, Glenn?
Yes. I was
the real ones are the fake ones. And there's two different cartoon versions.
The real ones there, Spark. The one that movie based, not the other one.
I'm with
Spark,
you
there? Spark, you there?
He's thinking. He's thinking.
Yeah. Did you catch what I said? Yeah. Okay. He's got the thumbs up. Yeah. So I don't know. I just enjoyed the slight realism of Ghostbusters 1 compared to the Nerf gun version of it, which was the sequel after the fact.
Oh yeah.
Fun for kids, fun for the whole family. I'll punch out on that idea though. Porky's 2. It's like making an Animal House 2. It's like preferring Caddyshack 2 over Caddyshack 1. Why?
Now, see, Glenn, you might be thinking to yourself, Ghostbusters 3 hasn't quite been released yet, but we're technically talking about Ghostbusters 3 as the girl Ghostbusters.
Oh, no, I don't consider that. I don't consider that in the same universe.
Oh yeah, not even remotely close. It was horrible.
That was just a Ghostbuster movie, okay?
Yeah.
That was just trying to fill in the gaps of the long time we haven't had one.
Yeah.
That's like Bumblebee and Transformers.
Oh
so,
yeah.
They just made a Bumblebee movie that doesn't even associate to the actual series they made originally.
Yeah.
Ghost Brothers 2 was missing a lot of people. They're missing John Candy. They're missing John Belushi. I mean, they're missing Carrie Fisher. They're missing all these minor and major characters enough to the point where even pitch a meeting over to even like pitch an idea out there for a sequel to Blues Brothers was it's almost as equally disastrous as the Blazing Saddles TV series that was never aired.
Oh, The Legend of Black Bart.
Exactly, The Legend of Black Bart. Yep.
All right, Kevin. Kevin, Sparky, Glenn. I'm going to end this the first half of our show with one final question. Glenn, if you had to fangirl out for any one particular person in order to talk to on your show, who would it be? Like complete meltdown. Yeah, you're in complete meltdown mode. Like you see him pop up on your screen, him or her, whoever it may be. Just pop up on your screen and be like.
Now, okay, so because of the incident that happened with Chadwick Boseman, it'll probably be Chadwick Boseman because of the fact of getting an opportunity to talk to him and how he was about the community and that he was about bringing people up. That's probably the person that I probably even not knowing that he actually passed away, but getting a chance to really speak to him.
Oh yeah, that would have been awesome.
And get a chance to actually really interact with him. That was actually to me that would be actually really cool. He's probably number one. Number two on the list would probably be like Jamie Foxx, just because I've seen him do a transformation in movies and stuff like that so much.
Okay.
And he has a comedy, he sings, all that kind of stuff. He's like a triple threat, as my son calls it. But yeah, now if you're talking about a group, if I got a chance to interview all the Ghostbusters, yeah, that would probably be.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
That'd probably be like my childhood dream. Get a chance to talk to them about the movie and my favorite parts and how I loved it, yeah, that's probably it. So
yeah, wouldn't they try to entrap Harold Ramis though at this point in time?
That's right.
Dude, I would freak out for Dan Aykroyd. Or not?
Harold Ramis not alive. He was the man behind the plans. Like, he's the one who made the whole story scripts and stuff. So him and Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, so, yeah.
I love how you, Glenn, that's hilarious. I love how you pointed that out. It's like, that's because he's dead. Like,
Well, yeah.
So that's kind of like, because Ghostbusters is one of the movies I watched continuously over and over again as a kid. Like, I didn't even know that the first one came out in 1989. I was like, what? No, the first one came out in 1987 or 86. And I was 2 years old. So I was like, whoa.
I think I have a particularly weird list. Like, I would love to talk to Ryan Reynolds.
That's not a bad one.
Yeah, he would have a great interview, man. I would think, I want to talk to, and he's weird on my list, but I'd love to talk to Elon Musk. That dude's a genius. I'd love to bury inside his brain, like, ask some questions, just see what's going on in there. I think he would be an interesting interview.
You would have to let Elon Musk just talk, right? I've seen him have a conversation with Marquez Brownlee, MKHBHD. Like, I'm a huge YouTube fan. Like, I watched it. And so the conversation was, like, it was very straight to the point. He's not a person to sugarcoat things or try to make it sound great. Yeah. He just like, boom, it's just like this.
I've seen his interview with Joe Rogan, and I was really impressed with him on the Joe Rogan show.
Okay, cool, yeah. I remember that one.
But I think between Ryan Reynolds, Elon Musk, I think another one on my list would be Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'd fangirl out for that one. I'd be like,
Patrick Stewart's a good one.
Yeah, it'd be an awesome experience to interview some of those guys. Even and I don't know why, but I always wanted to talk to Terry Crews.
That would be a fun one. And then
dude, I think that dude has some stories to tell, like some weird stories.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad conversation at all with Terry Crews.
Hell yeah.
If I was Terry Crews' agent, I would sue the new Old Spice guy. I'd be like, you took my client's personality.
I mean, but you gotta look at it, like, how long can you do? Boom! Check out those spices. Like, you can't do this. That was only so long.
Boom, check out those biceps.
Yo, I could do that with my neck rolls.
I like Charlie. Well, the guy who does it now is Charlie in Blackish, right?
Yeah,
and he reminds me of, anybody ever seen Bruce Leroy? The last
Yeah.
He reminds me of Show Enough so bad. Like, if he put on the outfit of Show, he's done it actually. He's done it in one of the show's Halloween shows.
Childish Gambino.
He looks exactly like Show Enough, like to the T. I'm like, is that his son? I mean, come on, man. Like, it was that serious, and I think he can do it.
That'd be cool.
Played in, he was also an assistant anchor in Conan's show. I don't know if you guys knew that.
I knew that.
Comedian. He was a comedian in the Conan show when they moved it to TBS.
Yeah, his stand-up's pretty decent all around, man. You know, the guy's very talented, very funny. Mm-hmm. But still, Terry Crews, man, basically, come on. Sue him already. Just tell Old Spice to knock it off.
Terry Crews said, I'm done with all that, man. I'm not about that life no more.
I definitely want to talk to Dave Chappelle, too. I want to talk to Dave Chappelle. I'm sure he's got some crazy stories as well.
I bet you talking to Seinfeld would be pretty funny, too.
See, it would be like talking to Kevin. Kevin, go into your Jerry Seinfeld impression real quick.
Yeah, I always wanted to see Jerry Seinfeld on the TV show To Catch a Predator. I thought she was
18! Wow.
So Jerry, what's going on today?
Yeah.
Same thing I do every day.
Yeah.
Did you see it in the Play movie? I wasn't wearing pants.
Poor Jerry. All you have to do to basically do a Seinfeld episode is question the question of something else, then repeat the punchline 3 times over.
It's perfect.
It's a dynamic where it's just like, did you order the soup? I think I ordered the soup. Did I order the soup? Hey, I think he's a soup guy. He's a soup guy. Absolutely. And then just hit the repeat laugh button over and over.
That's what the fun part about it was about, man. You got a chance to. He just gave comedy to it that people needed.
Oh, it was real life, man. It was real life comedy.
Yeah, it gave everybody the New York vibe, and then the story would always the storyline would already kind of loop together like one ongoing joke, which is Hammock style of doing it. You know.
Can I admit something here? I was not really a Seinfeld fan. I really didn't watch the show.
Whoa!
I did.
That's it, Glenn. I'm cutting you off.
I couldn't. Like I was.
Son of a bitch!
I don't know why I couldn't watch it, but it was just like, it just didn't entertain me too well. Now, if you gave me
I'm
Friends,
guaranteeing you right now, man, the demographic was not aimed at yourself, nor was it aimed at myself either for the Seinfeld time. You know. It just was. It was aimed towards East Coast upper class. You know, like look at them. They're
highbrow America.
You know, it wasn't. It wasn't. And then
I don't know, man. If you look at Friends was kind of the same way, but Friends was actually a little more entertaining to me. Friends was a lot more entertaining to me.
Friends had an easier to follow setup punch to the whole idea. And you didn't have a new character reoccurring too much, so that's what made it a little bit easier. You got to know the character's mannerisms a lot more. Here, Seinfeld would introduce a new random character. We don't know the person so much. And it also, it also had a weird little time slot. It had 7 o'clock, then at 8 o'clock, then 9 o'clock.
Friends had a great dynamic, though. They had a really great dynamic. Like their core group was tight.
Yeah, you knew who the dumb blonde was. That was Phoebe. Yeah. You knew who the dumb Italian was. That was Joey. Then you knew who the whiny Jew guy was. That was Ross. And then you knew what Chandler was. The middle of the ground sarcastic. Rachel was the girl that everybody knew. I loved that character.
They all wanted a banger.
Jennifer Aniston was that character that every guy knew that girl, where she's always with the guy, but she's not really with the guy. She's kind of flirting with you, but she's not really flirting with you.
I have a trivia question for you. Do you know where? Who played? Was Ross's sister? Courtney Cox, right?
Courtney Cox.
Yeah.
Do you know where Courtney Cox is from?
New England. All of it. The whole New England area.
She is from Mountain Brook, Alabama.
Mountain Brook, Alabama.
Okay.
She had. They all had their own little shows afterwards. Courtney Cox probably had the most disappointing career after the fact.
Actually, Kroger's wasn't that bad. It was just kind of like spin off to Housewives, right? When Housewives ended, Kroger's
it was a poor man's version of Desperate Housewives. Absolutely, Cougar.
Yeah.
Where they didn't play she didn't play to her own actress's strength, right there, in my opinion. And Jennifer Aniston had the best one to go around, obviously.
Yeah.
Joey tried the Joey Show, which nobody watched.
Yeah, nobody watched that.
We were watching Survivor.
Yeah.
He's like, but it was on after.
I'd rather watch Paint Dry than the Joey Show.
Yeah, I mean, that's very few times you can take a character in transition like that. Kelsey Grammer was successful after being a
on Cheers. Yeah, on Cheers to Frasier.
Plot character on Cheers over to his own show, Frasier.
Yeah.
Then once his executive producer passed away during 9/11, he was on one of the planes. Then the show also went downhill. And they had a great dynamic. Here, there was John Mahoney was actually on the show.
Yeah, he was.
He was actually secretly gay the whole time. Never married, but there was always like an ongoing joke. And him and David Hyde Pierce was also gay in the show. They had a lot of gay guys in the show, but back in the '90s, they didn't push that idea until Will and Grace came out, obviously. But
So Frasier was a spinoff from Cheers?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I really didn't. And my dad watched Cheers like cold-heartedly. Yeah. Like, he loved Cheers.
Yeah.
I didn't know they did a spinoff. He looked too old to do a spinoff like that. Like, the whole show looks like they were all kind of like in their coming to the end career, not giving them a new career. Does it make sense?
It was weird.
Yeah, that makes great sense. It was a calculated risk or whatever for NBC. They still said to themselves, let's give Frasier a show, see how this works out. Let's see Frasier's in the West Coast. Let's see how many Cheers fans we can get over just by rollover fandom.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty funny show, man, all around.
That even had Woody Harrelson in it.
I'm trying to change the subject, but do you know they have the actual authentic Cheers bar in Boston?
Been there.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually, and I've been to both. I've been to because there's a remade one, there's another one. I kind of enjoy.
The remade one has all the pictures on the wall, but the real one actually had the inside interior. But it's like a real. It's not to say it's shady or shitty on the outside, but I mean it's old historic Boston.
If you can't afford to go to the Boston area to see that Cheers bar, there is a Cheers bar in West Pittston that that a lot of defense attorneys go to.
Yeah, and Norm always sits on the corner.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
All right, let's wrap that up. Sparky, we're going to cut into our second half of our show real quick. Tell Glenn how we play our particular game. And,
Well, first we have to do the state introduction first.
Dun 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 dun.
Okay and O-R-E. Okay and O-R-E.
So we're going to Okie Dokie and Origami. So,
all right.
Anyway, the rule of the game is what's going to happen is Tony is going to read off 5 stories in 3 different categories. So it's a grand total of 15 stories. But in each thing of the 5 stories, you have to figure out if they're all true. If one of them is false, if they're all false. And the main rule is, if you hear the word meth, the story is always true. So, those are the basic rules of the game.
Yeah, so we do happen to play this game, Glenn, and it's called Stupid Criminals Across America. So I do give these awesome stories that I pulled off police blotters, news stories all over the nation. Like I said, some are embellished, some are not true stories, but you need to pick the one that is not. Sometimes I trick you. Sometimes I don't. But we're going to rock and roll.
This should be called Tony's Mad Zealous, like TMZ, you know?
Ooh. Don't get me started. I'm going to trademark that. All right, so I'm going to tell you 5 stories. Listen to the stories at the end. We're going to come to you. If you happen to think that all 5 stories are true, false, you think one story is false or 2 or whatever, just let us know. All right, so listening ears on. Story number 1, ready to rock and roll. Oklahoma man arrested for breaking into their neighbor's house to steal thousands of dollars in goods. One problem, the deep fryer that they stole was full, leading police across the street to where the criminals were hiding.
What a slippery trail.
Slippery bastards. Story number 2, Oklahoma man.
A trail of bread, find their way home.
It was fryer grease, buddy. Fryer grease. Story number 2, Oklahoma man arrested for indecent exposure after hitting on the clerk in a maternity store. He said he needed help in the dressing area. When she got there, he was standing in a bra and crotchless panties. Story number 3, Oklahoma man arrested for theft of church property when he tried to watch porn on a stolen church computer. He then called tech support to help him out. Unfortunately, they called the cops on him because it was stolen property.
Were they alarmed that it was over 18 porn?
Just wait, Kevin, just wait.
Normally when we see from this IP address, what the hell?
Father O'Flannery's getting back on it again. Story number 4. Oklahoma man arrested for armed robbery. He decided to represent himself as a lawyer. Represent himself in court. When he slipped in his testimony, quote, end quote, I should have blown your effing head off. If I was the one that was there. End quote. Way to backtrack.
That is no way to cross-examine. I should have killed you and your wife.
If I was there.
If I were a judge, and I am, guilty, get him.
And story number 5. Oklahoma woman arrested for calling police to tell them that her methamphetamines were laced with something. So, I guess we'll start from the top. Sparkles, where are we going to go with today's stories?
They're all true.
Sparky's going all true. How about Stat Girl?
All true.
All right. Kevin, what are you thinking, brother?
I'm going all true, man. Oklahoma. I'm trying to get a grip on them. And it's almost like since they are towards the center of America, they are just every scumbag rolled in one. You know? Like, they all dipped in the middle there. Hold on, I'll be right back, my man. I gotta shut the stove off.
Yeah, go for it, man. All right. Glenn, what are you thinking, brother?
I think that the middle story about the bathroom one, I think that's the one that's false. I can agree with the rest of them being true. The dressing room. Excuse me.
Oh, the dressing room. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You're going to learn a lot about America today, Glenn. I hope you're strapped in with the seatbelt on. Because here's story number one. Story number one, Oklahoma man arrested for breaking into their neighbor's house to steal thousands of dollars in goods. One problem, the deep fryer that they stole was full, leading police across the street to where they were hiding. Now, for these particular stories, Glenn, we have Sparky actually draw up these fantastic pictures for us. Sparky, where is your picture for today, brother? All right, and if you can kind of see this picture, it says wings, check, hot sauce, check, fryer full of grease, priceless, and hashtag not a slick getaway. As you can see, the quality stick figure that
Reaction on your face right there.
Yeah. Not a slick getaway. This is a very true story.
What on his face like when a kid sees another kid pull down the mall Santa Claus's beard, like.
Entertaining, Glenn. It's entertaining. It's a giant question mark.
I need to have my mask on my face because you can't see people's expressions on their face when we wear masks.
That's true. But anyways, number one. Number one is a true story. Of course, police arrested him across the street because, of course, the fryer grease went across the street as well, leading them into a neighbor's house where they kicked in the door, and there they were, sitting in multiple houses of goods. So they robbed a couple houses.
No need to call Scooby and the gang on that one.
Yeah.
It wasn't the gang of that stupid dog of yours.
By the way, is anybody worried about how that dog can sort of talk? What? No. So
no, man, that's the fun part when he speaks in Scooby.
Ruh-roh, Ruggy?
No, I mean like the people that hired Scooby Doo and the crew. They were just like they weren't even like surprised that the dog could talk. There was no reaction point. They were just like looking at him, like, of course it's a talking dog. Anyway,
yeah.
Continue.
Him and all the siblings.
Yeah, like they just brushed that aside.
Hey, the Scooby movie showed you everything, brother.
That's true. All right, story number two. Oklahoma man arrested for indecent exposure after hitting on the clerk in a maternity store. He said that he needed help in the dressing area. When she got there, he was standing in a bra and crotchless panties. True story. It's a very true story. Yeah.
Oh, this is great. Look at this. You like my matching set.
You like my matching set.
So if you're wondering what it might have looked like there, Glenn, Sparky has got.
What the heck did he need help with? What the heck did he need help with, bro? Like, I don't understand.
Clearly, and I had no idea that you could buy crotchless panties in a maternity store, but
absolutely, bro. That is for all those people that have pregnant wife. That's the best time, dog.
You don't have to worry about getting her more pregnant.
Not at all. That is the best time period. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise.
I know. Me and Glen.
I'm married, so I can talk about it. Okay, I'm married, so I can talk about it. It's the best time ever.
I was gonna say me and Glen are the only one with kids. So I feel I feel your anticipation there.
That doesn't mean that you're the only people that have had sex with a pregnant woman, though. All right?
Whoa,
right, Sparky?
Whoa, Sparky.
He's got the thumbs up. I love it.
Hey, me and a buddy of mine call it shoot the club up. Okay, so you can have fun shooting the club up when they
Woo!
when they are having that seed inside of them. So shoot the club up, man.
Yeah, because they're just sitting at the bar hanging out, and they're
no consequences coming at me. You put bullets in the wall.
That's worse than school shooting, man.
No consequences.
I love it.
Pull-out games suck. Okay, pull-out games horrible.
Pull-out game was weak.
Rat-tat-tat-tat. My pull-out game been weak since 2009. Okay.
Yeah, I'll quote Chubbs from Happy Gilmore. It's all in the hips.
Like American Pie said, it feels like an apple pie.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's how this guy felt. He's like, oh, girl, come on, give me your number. No, all right, help me out with some stuff. Here, how does this look? And he just pops out of the dressing room with a bra and crotchless panties on, and she was horrified. She called police. Yeah, she was and I think the story was, oh, why don't you go try some stuff on, and then when you come out, it's a trap.
Bro, like, why would you do that?
I think she trapped him. I think
it was the next level flasher right there.
Like, I want to meet this dude and ask him, like, why would you do that, bro? Like, what were you trying to gain by doing that? Like, if you want to get with that, go to Victoria's Secret, player. Like, you know, you can find women that way, man. But come on, bro. Like, maybe you wasn't looking for a woman. Maybe you thought the woman was a man. I don't know.
You can find women at Planned Parenthood or down the child services area too. You know, I mean, there's all sorts of places.
Kevin, I know you're aiming high on that one, but
hey man, you know I'm going mackerel fishing if it's that time of the month. You know, it's bottom dwellers right there.
No, I have no problem with people's lifestyle. I have no problem with people's lifestyle.
No, true.
Like, what were you thinking? I have no problem with people's lifestyle. You can do whatever you want to in your home and convince me in the confinement of your own house. Do whatever you want to do.
Hell yeah!
I just want to make it look report, right?
Right, I just want to curious what were you thinking? Like, at that moment, what was going on through your head? Like,
yeah. Story number 3, Oklahoma man arrested for theft of church property when he tried to watch porn on a stolen church computer. He then called tech support to happen to get it removed, which alerted tech support on the stolen computer and cops to where he was. True story.
what?
That's a special breed of scumbag right there, Glenn.
Bro, like, seriously?
Yep.
Competition. This is you gotta back it up.
Hi, tech support. How do you remove tarantula porn?
Oh, man.
How do you remove this, what you call a firewall? What is a firewall? Yeah, nah, man.
Well, here's a better question. Why didn't the church already have these sites blocked?
They did.
Oh, but they did.
They had a firewall.
They had a firewall on the computer.
And he said, what is this firewall? Can you take it off?
Okay, so he attempted to watch porn. He attempted to watch porn on the church computers. Oh man, that is a special breed of scumbag.
He doesn't know what they call VPN. Okay.
Man,
that's what it is.
He's the kind of guy that goes to the library and fiddles himself in his pocket while people are around him in the public.
Dude, instead of HTTP, put in HTTPS.
Right? Bro, like, I don't like these stories no more, man. These stories are crazy.
Oh, strap in, Glenn. There's more coming.
Oh, hey, Tony. By the way, can we do would you like to do a breaking news on the show right now?
Yeah, go for it, brother.
Batman, the Batman has been pushed back to 2022.
Oh, Pat.
Yep.
Well, I already knew that was going to happen, man. I had it in my gut already.
Because it came from a bat.
Yeah, well, with his COVID and then like all the other crap that's going on set, I knew that was gonna be pushed back.
Variety did a report on it, and also they said they pushed it on the Matrix 4. That day's getting pushed, so I'm assuming it's going 2021.
Hey, Glenn, I don't know if you heard, but when that Marvel 616 comes out, following it is going to be Scarlet Witch and Vision right after that.
So that tells me that's going to be an episode. So there are 4 episodes of that, because Scarlet Witch is supposed to be it's supposed to be Christmas. The week of Christmas is when WandaVision is supposed to come out.
Yeah, they were talking about pushing it forward, maybe around Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay, because I'm about to say they reported and said they were going to do. You only get 1 episode in 2020.
Yeah.
And so apparently, that's like only way you can do that is if you come out during Christmas.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they were talking possibly Thanksgiving or Christmas time as far as that whole mess is concerned.
No, I understand.
All right. Story number 4, Oklahoma man arrested for armed robbery. He decided to represent himself. And any person who represents himself has a fool for a client. He slipped in his testimony. I should have blown your blanking head off if I was the one there.
Wait, are you telling me that this is a judge who said this to him?
No, this is a guy who is going in for armed robbery at a I guess it was a convenience of some sort. And
so he's a plaintiff, okay?
He is a plaintiff, and the owner of the particular convenient was up on stage or up on the stand, and he decided to fire his lawyer and represent himself as a lawyer and defendant. And then he was asking questions of the particular convenient owner. When he slipped up and said, I should have blown your effing head off if I was the one that was there.
I've seen, that's an episode off of Bull, so that is a very I've seen an episode of Bull like that, so yeah, I can believe that happened.
Yes, sir, that is a true story, by the way.
Actually, that was on.
I think they're better though.
Uh-oh.
No, that episode was on a show called All Rise, which had the lady who played in Misty Knight and Luke Cage. It come on CBS.
Okay.
It's called All Rise, and that was an episode that the guy decided to be his own lawyer and won the case. It was pretty funny.
Okay.
I don't know. You guys need to check out Unicorn too. Unicorn's a really good show too as well. Come on CBS.
All right.
How dare you lie? You will never get a small sentence. # split personality.
Clues not working.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that.
Because the guy's got the question himself, he's talking to the empty chair.
You see how he's got the higher chair? He took it away.
He did. He did. He has the judge's chair over the...
You see that? See how
Yeah.
it looks like the little podium there? That would be the judge. He's got a little gavel in his hand.
He does have the gavel.
You have to appreciate the detail of what Sparky does with these pictures, while the other guy, he's just, he's just there.
And he did this in a 3-hour time frame too, man. It was like quick today.
That's right, Kevin. Your favorite people are coming up soon.
Oh, they are. Story number 5, Oklahoma woman arrested for calling police to tell them that her meth was laced with something.
Boy, don't I hate it when my meth is laced with something.
Hey, Kevin, what happens with every meth story?
We know this one's true.
It is true.
So all these stories true? That's all 5, isn't it?
All five of these particular stories are true. Yes.
And pay close attention. You can tell who the police officers are in this picture of Sparky. You see they got the little hats on right there. You see the hats?
Hold on, I'm about to pull it up. I don't know. I don't see it. Hold on. This is some very bad meth. Help me. Oh, okay. Just like Breaking Bad, huh? I hear you.
Yeah, # do not ask for a refund.
Without even guessing, you already know which ones are the cops. They got the little hats on there, and you see the person's got the little cup in his hand or the little bag. They want to tell the cops about their bad meth.
That's the meth dealer.
Man, you guys are a fool, man.
All right, let's cut quickly into our next 5 stories. This is going to finish off Oklahoma, but we're going to start out with number 1. Oklahoma man arrested for accidentally calling 911. He butt dialed, believe it or not, after he robbed a house. They would check, the particular burglars would check obituaries, then rob the house of families that were at the funeral. It's a smart criminal right there. Smart criminal.
Very smart criminal.
Story number 2, Oklahoma woman arrested for selling PCP. She was posing as a police officer at the time of the arrest.
It's always cops selling PCP.
PCP
Okay.
cops. Story number 3, Oklahoma man arrested for terroristic threats and for claiming to be a police officer during an argument with an employee at a strip club.
Okay.
They love playing cop, man. They love playing cop in Oklahoma. And story number 4, Oklahoma man arrested for breaking and entering on camera. He clearly stares into the camera, then removes the light bulb from the porch, hoping that it would be dark enough for the camera, which already took his picture, not to take his picture, and see his face while he broke into the house. He's a smart one. Story number 5, Oklahoma woman arrested for soliciting undercover cops that were next door at a hotel. Apparently, the cops were waiting on a totally unrelated drug bust next door when they got the phone call from the prostitute next door.
Man. That's too good not to be true.
Kev, let's cut into you. I know Glen's on mute right now, but go ahead.
I'm going all true on this one, man. Oklahoma man, there's nothing I wouldn't believe from you bastards, alright? You're all in the same block and you're all undercover cops too. Man, why don't you just arrest each other already? Sure.
I don't know, Kevin, are you a cop? Yes, I'm a cop.
Yeah, I'm here to arrest me. I'm taking myself in there. Like, you have to schizophrenics arrest themselves over there. Like,
you want to start a fight? No, I'm a cop. Sparkalicious, what do you thinking, brother? He's all in. Stack Girl, she's all in too. All right, thumbs up. Glenn, where are we going, brother?
All in, dog.
All in. All right. I thought I would trick you guys up on this one. I thought there was too many of one particular story, but we'll start out with story number 1. Oklahoma man arrested for accidentally butt dialing 911 after they robbed a house. Apparently, they would check obituaries and rob the home of families that were at the funeral. That is a freaking true story. And it is a crazy true story. People are slimy as hell.
Yes, their uncle died. They shouldn't be home. That is such a wet bandit thing.
That's
to do,
perfect.
Man.
It's just a wet bandit of like...
Joe Pesci and there's like a Marvin Harry hanging around Oklahoma.
Yeah. Holy crap, is that a true story, man? And it's crazy because they got caught on camera. First of all, breaking into houses, but yeah, man, they told cops that they would check obituaries. Like, who actually gives away their plot?
Well, they probably gave them a reduced, like, local law and order prison plan, like, saying, like, hey, we'll cut your sentence in half if you can tell us how you knew they wouldn't be home. Okay, all right, we'll talk. Because just out of curiosity, the police probably did that. Like, we can't crack their code, and we know they're pretty dumb.
Yeah, and it's such a... Oh, man, it's so weird. Like, so weird for like a Marvin Harry type character. And you're like, wow, man, you're breaking into houses? You're the new wet bandits.
All you have to do is pay 50 cents for your lead called the obituaries in the newspaper.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy, man. Story number 2. Oklahoma woman arrested for selling PCP when she was posing as a police officer at the time of her arrest. This is actually my fake story. I know.
I was wondering why there was a drug from 19...
PCP for sale. I'm sorry.
You suck.
I know. I suck at this.
But they're still doing PCP in Oklahoma. How far are they in the...
That's true.
You want to know something? I don't feel bad now, Kevin, because now I can make next week my picture of the week.
Uh-oh. Here it comes. Number 3, Oklahoma man arrested for terroristic threats, claiming to be a police officer during an argument with an employee at a strip club.
Wait.
It's a true story. Let's see that beautiful picture, Sparkles. Don't you threaten me. I am a cop, and you will be closed.
As you can see the stripper pole right there, it is orange or red type.
That's true.
They're down their skins.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Yeah, they're trying to show me this trick with Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Glenn, you're lucky the kid did not see that X-rated stick figure picture.
Oh, yeah.
It was an 18-year or above one. Spark, you can show them that real quick one more time. If you want to check it out, it's just for grown-ups, though, so there are no more kids in the room. As you can see the stripper pole right there. You see that? You can tell that those stick figures are not wearing any
You
clothes.
can tell they're clearly strippers by the skin and bones that they...
You can tell those strippers are on that rug. Yeah.
I'm with you.
They're cracked out strippers.
Cracked out stick figures.
Yeah, you can clearly tell they're bulimic. Oh man, where the heck am I? Oh, the story number 4. Oklahoma man arrested for B&E, breaking and entering on camera. He removes the light bulb on the porch after he takes a picture of him, and he thinks that the light bulb is somehow going to get rid of the camera in his picture.
Now, in theory, no, even in theory, it doesn't make any sense.
It really doesn't. It's a true story. It is a very true story.
These stories make sense.
It's a crazy story, man. This kid was on film, looking for a way into the house. So he tried jimmying the lock on the front door, and then he noticed that there was a camera up in the corner. He looked at the camera, went,
Bro, like, I don't understand what's going on with these people, man.
and then got rid of the light bulb to try to make it dark.
Oklahoma got a lot of things going on, bro.
They got something going on, man.
New England area, Glenn.
Check out that picture, Tony. You didn't even check out the picture yet.
Oh, reach for the bulb. # should have done Pilates.
Yeah, I know people in Boston have issues too, but this seems like this cologne,
Oklahoma's got something going on, man.
Well, we did Massachusetts, man. We know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've heard, there's quite a few from Massachusetts that are fantastic. Story number 5, Oklahoma woman arrested for soliciting undercover cops that were next door at a hotel while they were waiting on a totally unrelated drug bust next door. They got the phone call from the prostitute next door to see if they wanted to come over and have a good time. That's a true story, brother. Yeah, I guess they were hot cops. Hot cops. Who are those 2 hot guys next door? Let's see if they want to come over and have a good time. So she called the front desk and she's like, hey, can you ring me in to the guys next door? There they are, a squad, a full squad, dude, waiting to bust down a drug dealer. And she's like, hey, why don't you come next door and have a good time? And they said, no, it's all right. She offered them a lower price for what she was going to do, and then they were like, no, it's okay. She called again for the 3rd time, and she tried to sweeten the pot with a bag of weed. That's when they came over.
She's talking to police officers.
Tony, the stuff you read, boy, I tell you.
Man, you know what? I'll give the cops some credit on that one. I very rarely give the cops credit in these situations of stupid criminals because, you let the dumb ones go. You can't feel good about that. But they tried. In this instance, they tried to let her go.
3 times she called, dude. 3 times.
All right, $10 and I'll smoke you. All right.
We'll be over. Whoop.
Yeah, they arrest her after the
That's probably true.
You're under arrest.
Yeah, that's a crazy true story, man. Crazy true story. Let's wrap up these last 5 stories real quick. Then we'll get Glenn on his merry way. I know the kids are still up. Let's ready to rock and roll. Sparky, you ready?
Yeah. Oh yeah, mine asking me questions like, "How long you gonna be here, Daddy? How long you gonna be on?" I'm like, I don't know.
10 more minutes. 10 more minutes.
Chill
I promise. All right, Sparky, ready? All right, we're gonna cut into the wonderful state of Oregon for this one. And no, there's no marijuana or oregano stories.
Oh, oregano,
Yeah, oregano. Yeah. Story number 1. Oregon man arrested for bringing a baseball bat and knife to rob a gun store. Story number 2. Oregon woman arrested for trying to rob a local bank. Now, this is how stupid she is. She handed the teller a note saying, quote unquote, "Need 300 or I'll kill you." I'm serious. I'm serious.
I would like that to be true, and I hate that she didn't get away with it. Just give her the look.
Story number 3. Story number 3, Oregon man arrested for being noticed while in the lobby of a local police station where he was making a phone call. Apparently, he was noticed about robbing a bank the day before. So apparently, an officer seen him. He was caught on camera robbing a bank, and then comes into this police station to make a call, I guess in a small town, whatever the small town is, and got caught in the police station because they knew that he was the guy that robbed the bank the day before. Makes a little more sense.
I don't even believe that he was the guy that robbed the bank. If that's a true story, I just believe that's like lazy police work right there. Like, hey, you probably look like that guy over there using our phone.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, we're going to use our phone. You're under arrest, sir. What? I'm on the phone here. You're under arrest. You're not on the phone anymore.
Story number...
Get off my phone. Get off my phone.
Story number 4 is my favorite. This is my favorite Kevin Neary story. Oregon man arrested for tipping his waitress in crystal meth.
Okay.
What?
Yes, you heard it correctly. Oregon man arrested for tipping his waitress in crystal meth.
Wow, tipping it. Okay, you want to make a here you go. You could be high on my watch. Let's do it.
It says meth in the story, so you got to go through on it. And shame on that waitress for not accepting a tip like that. Not everybody can tip in money. Some people can tip in only meth.
Yeah, it's what you got. It's what you got. You pay the bill, and then you ain't got much to tip with. I guess you're tipping in crystal meth. It's what you got on you.
Yeah.
All right, story number 5, Oregon man arrested for bailing on a court-ordered treatment for himself. Apparently, he taunted his probation officer from 5 other states on Facebook. Good for him. Yeah, court-ordered treatment. He left the court-ordered treatment and then apparently taunted his probation officer in 5 other states.
The story will, my picture will explain the story.
Ah, true.
You know what? I'm going to go true, and I want that to be true also. The picture to explain the story more than the story explains itself. I love it. I love it even more.
Glenn, we're going to start out with you this time.
I give it, I think 4 out of the 5 is true.
Which one are you skeptical on?
I am skeptical on the first one.
Okay. Bringing a baseball bat and knife to rob a gun store.
Yeah, I'm a little skeptical when it comes to that one.
Okay.
Any reason why, or?
It just...
Do you think that America...
convenient. Does that make sense?
A little bit too convenient?
Yeah.
I just get shot up in a gun store for bringing a knife. Just saying.
It has happened before. I don't know. Glenn might be onto something here.
This story has happened before on the podcast. And it has been true.
Glenn, you might be onto something here. Let's see. Kevin Neary, what are you thinking, brother?
I am thinking bank robber dude is false, okay? I'm going bank. If this one's true, man, I don't even believe the police on it, okay? I believe that it's a falsified police report on this one. Even if I story. I think there's something fake about it, okay?
Kevin has a really good point. I'm going to go with him on the bank robber. Kevin has a really good point. I'm going to go with him on the bank robber. Right. I'm going to take the first one back about the robbery. Do the bank robbery.
You guys might be onto something here. Let's see, Sparky. What are you thinking? All in. Stack girls, all in. All right. Let's start out with. I'm going to start out with the second story first. I'm going to skip over story number 1 because never in the history of this game, Glenn, has 2 people picked the same story to be false.
First time for everything.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll start out with story number 2. We're going to skip over 1, Sparky, right? So, story number 2, Oregon woman arrested for trying to rob a local bank. She handed the teller a note saying, quote, unquote, need 300 or I'll kill you. I am serious. And, this is unfortunately a true story, Kevin.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's too bad.
If her writing is good, she wouldn't have gotten away. And unfortunately...
I am so disappointed right now.
The story goes like this. Female Oregon woman walks into the bank. She hands the note to the teller, who, the teller says, what the hell does this say? And I can't read your handwriting. And she goes, 300 or I'll kill you. Not necessarily saying, hey, this is a holdup, give me $300. So, she happens to say, I can't read this, you need to rewrite this over. Hits the silent alarm. The girl, who must have been not quite right, goes over to the teller's table to rewrite it on a banknote. Like on one of the notes. In a clearer, with clearer, to make it a little bit clearer for the teller to understand, this is a robbery. Give me $300 or I will kill you.
Wow.
Crazy true story. While she was sitting there at the table, the bank manager, like hitting the silent alarm like a crazy person. Apparently the cops came very quickly, which is nice, and arrested her for bank robbery. Yeah. Story number 3, Oregon man.
She appraised her life at $300. That's kind of
Big blood test one.
She could have been like $1,000 or you die, right?
Yeah. She really needed $300. Like,
you think I'm worth $1,000?
Yeah.
There you go. Here's 500. We'll call it a day. That's the best compliment I got all day.
There's people out there that do unspeakable things for a 20, dude. Imagine what she could do for 300. Story number 3, Oregon man arrested for... Huh?
Number 1?
No, we'll come back to it at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll skip right into 3. Oregon man arrested for being noticed while in lobby of a local police station of robbing a bank the day before. True story.
Get the hell out. Somebody's lying.
It is a true story.
Okay, the story's true. The police report's his fault. The police are lying.
Check it out, Kevin. Check it out.
Hi, Mom. Tell him I'm home. Wait, I know him. Crazy enough that is how the freaking story happened, man. The one of the deputies inside the police station noticed that was the guy in the police surveillance video the day before robbing a bank inside the thing, making a phone call at the payphone that they had inside the police station.
Uh-huh.
And boom, like they just swarmed him, and they were like they questioned him out, and yeah.
They questioned him out, yeah, right. They made him stay up for 48 hours and threw water in his face and beat him with phone books until he admitted that he was the guy.
He was the guy in the video, man. He was the guy in the video. Yeah.
That had a twin.
Yeah.
That would have been like, let's put a Menendez brother on them. That was my twin.
That would have been cool, right? That would have been cool. Story number 4, Oregon man arrested for tipping his waitress in crystal meth.
True story.
That is a true story.
Wow.
Shame on that waitress. Shame, 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 waitress. Too good for a meth tip? I see how it is. Maybe no
I see how you are.
There you go. Check it out, baby.
Your tip is on the table. Meth?
Your tip is on the table. Sparky, that is hilarious. You got a meth head going to a 5-star restaurant with 3 candles lit.
Yeah, with a menorah. I'm glad he's at the Jewish restaurant.
Why is that one top at a 5-top table right there? I have no idea.
Because he can afford it.
He can afford it, yeah.
He can afford it. He sells meth. Come on.
He's got meth money.
He's got meth money.
Why didn't he just pay the bill in meth and then tip in cash?
Ooh, see? That would have been the thing. Yeah.
That would have meant for all of
Apparently, when said waitress comes to the table where she's looking for her tip, she found an envelope full of meth on the table. An envelope full. Dude, I don't even know who carries envelopes in their on their person, let alone a meth full of an envelope.
Here's the fun part on that, and I'm not even joking. This has happened before with an envelope idea, and the DEA had to throw this idea out because the envelope had a stamp on it and it had a little seal on the idea, right? Waitress out, not in Oklahoma, I think it was in Idaho, was on one of those little cop shows I like to watch, but they had to throw out all the charges on this dude because there was a stamp on it. It counted as a letter to somebody else or whatever the hell. And since she opened it, unlawful opening of a letter or whatever the hell.
Boom! So, right out of court.
Yeah, just because there was a stupid little sticker on it, just got a stamp. You know, like it's still illegal drugs, guys.
That's smart. That's really smart.
Yeah.
Dude, that's lawyer of the year shit.
Anyways, but still, you know.
Yeah, that's like lawyer of the year award.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I might be a public defender, but I'm drinking tonight.
Slimy motherfudger.
Better call Sal.
Story number 5, Oregon man arrested for bailing on a court-ordered treatment. He apparently taunted his probation officer from 5 states on Facebook. True story. True story.
This could be explanation of the week.
I like it. I need to see this now.
Show him the picture.
Okay.
Hold on.
You hold it.
I'll hold it.
You gotta move it over. There you go.
Get me if you can. I am in Bama.
Welcome to Bama.
You can tell, Glen, I'm pretty sure you can tell which one the cop car is right there. He's got the red and the blue lights on the top. You see that, Glen?
Yep, I saw that.
All right, and then the other guy he's texting while driving, so that's another law broken.
True. No seatbelts. Extra law broken.
None at all. No doors. They don't have those kind of car inspections.
No. Funny story behind this one is the guy did bail out on his court-ordered drug treatment. He went 5 states in, and in every state he went on Facebook in order to send some sort of message to his probation officer, like a na-na-na-na-na-na, you can't catch me. When he ended up in Alabama, brother, he ended up in Alabama.
From Oklahoma.
All the way from Oklahoma.
You know what? I guess if there is a place to flee to that no one really wants to go to, it's Alabama over Mexico.
Ah! What's good in Glen?
I would think you might think about Mississippi, but okay.
Mississippi is also there. Absolutely, I'm right
True.
up with you there.
True.
You'll stick out in Mississippi if you know how to read, though.
Dude, the funny thing...
That man stopped at the stop sign. Pull him over.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It just depends on what side of town you live on.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
Obviously, that was an exaggeration.
The funny, hilarious thing about this story, right, is that when he got caught in Alabama, he needed to be extradited back all the way out to Oregon. Guess what they made that man do?
Drive?
No, they made him pay for his own flight back to Oregon.
Back to Oregon?
All the way back. They had him pay for his own ticket in the fines.
Okay.
In the fines, yeah. They said, dude, you got to pay for your own ticket to fly back to Oregon because nobody's going to drive you back there. We're going to send you back with a...
Tony, it's funny how you pronounce, you call it Oregon instead of say Oregon.
Well, it's Oregon. Oregon.
Oklahoma?
No, Oregon. No, this is Oregon, man.
The state of... Okay. I got you.
Yeah. We're doing Oregon and Oklahoma.
Okay, Oregon. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's just, most people pronounce it, even when you actually see the big announcers, they pronounce it University of Oregon. You know,
Oregon? All right. I like Oregon, man. It's like, tomato. Tomato.
No, you're good.
All right.
That was said. It was just interesting how you pronounce it. That's it.
All right.
I wasn't trying to josh you or nothing.
No. I got you.
Glenn, from a person like myself that comes from the state of Maryland, okay?
True. That's true. Maryland.
Well, you have Mobile, right? You have Mobile here. Mobile, Alabama, when people could... Some people pronounce it
Mobile,
Alabama, but they say Mobile. Yeah, I get it.
Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah, we're from the wonderful state of Scranton and Wilkes-Barre. Wilkes-Barre. Yeah, it's got a lot of different names. Story number 1, Sparky. Let's see this wonderful picture.
The room would call that state between Pennsylvania and Indiana. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Guns. Are you sure?
This is a freaking true story. True story. Dude, this is all true stories from Oregon.
15 stories are true.
No. The fake story was in the second 5.
Okay, that's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
14.
This one.
1992 was not true.
Yeah, this lovely story. The guy breaks into a gun store, and he brings a baseball bat and a knife with him. He smashes the glass on one of the lovely semi-automatic handguns with no bullets. And guess what the good old gun holder had? If you look in Sparky's picture,
A gun.
Oh, he had a fully automatic gun loaded.
Last thing I would think that a gun store owner would have had would be a gun, honestly.
Yeah. And especially a fully loaded one. Dude popped off a couple rounds, baseball bat man hit the ground, and he covered him while the cops came to arrest him.
Yay.
Yeah, welcome to Oregon, brother. Oregon.
Go Ducks.
Go Ducks. Yeah, apparently he ducked when he hit the ground because bullets were flying past his head.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the end of our lovely... Kevin's like, oh my god.
Those man, it got angry with the stick figures there.
It did. Yeah.
That was up the truth.
It got a little intense.
Yeah.
Woo.
You should put all those on a board and call the storyboard of the show.
He's got it.
We're gonna start a book. We're starting a book already.
1 second.
Sure.
No, we gotta end the show. Sparkles. Anyways, you could happen to find us on all your favorite streaming apps. Of course, the big ones: iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google, Spreaker, Castbook, Pocket Cast, GeoReel, Spotify, YouTube. You can catch us on all of your favorite streaming services.
And the Phantom Pandora download.
No. We even got another 2 of them this week. I don't know what the heck's happening, man.
And next week is our favorite state of all, the state that we live in. It's Pennsylvania.
Oh, we do have Pennsylvania. And we have Pennsylvania for a reason. We have a lovely co-host coming up next week. She's a TV star. She's in a particular movie called Concrete Cowboys. We have the beautiful Liz Priestley joining us next week. I can't wait for that. It's going to be exciting. She is a Philadelphia native. She starred in this movie, Concrete Cowboys, with Idris Elba and Method Man. I can't wait to talk to her next week. It's going to be very exciting. Glenn, do you have anything to plug for today, brother? Plug it away.
Just make sure you check out our website, www.CompleteNerdAuthority.com. Make sure you check out all the shows that my guys do. Again, we do it Sunday through Saturday on our CNA Live Show Facebook page, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Tomorrow is Tuesday, so it's Marvin's night. He talks about a lot of different news. He's a huge Batman fan. And then also, to make sure you check out our two other shows, Anime Time, which is on Wednesday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. We talk about everything anime. We have a good time. We have a blast at that. And then on Thursday at 9, we actually have Let's Play CNA live show. Late night show that Tony graciously grace us with his presence.
I do.
But yeah. Just make sure that you check it out. If you want to know anything of all our, you can Google us at Complete Nerd Authority. You better find us. We have podcasts, everything. So yeah, just Google Complete Nerd Authority. So
true. We always have you on our Facebook page, of course, and the Weekly Nerd, the Podguyz Podcast Facebook page.
Yeah.
We love you guys. Glenn, thank you very much for coming on short notice. I am Tony Kaz, followed by
Kevin Neary,
and of course the Pablo Picasso, Sparky in a stick figure. So what's that girl? Her arm is in there somewhere. Thank you guys for watching. You have a great night.